I feel like we maybe do it quicker sometimes without the video because otherwise we'll keep talking until the video ends.
Good and bad, because it is nice. You can see it and make comments. But these are pretty short, so... And I literally just watched it, where some of you may not have literally just watched it.
Cody and I just did.
Oh, you did?
I did it just this afternoon, so...
Okay.
It's fresh.
All right.
Yeah, I'm recording, so count.
Dooku.
Good one. Good one.
I thought we were supposed to say Dooku or Zero.
3, 2, 1, Dooku. All right, everybody on Dooku. Say count.
Yoda, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon.
Dooku!
Welcome back to Star Wars Total Rewatch, where we're totally rewatching Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and we are just getting started. So like I said last time, if you're just joining us now, this is the perfect place to hop on board because we are on literally the second episode of the Clone Wars, Rising Malevolence. Ooh.
Yeah. So that's the ship, right? I didn't know it had a name. I don't know if they ever said it.
I don't think they do say it because I don't know what it is yet.
I thought it came up somewhere, but I don't quite remember
I didn't
where.
catch it anyway. But I guess we're going to see more of it. It's like the Trigon unleashed.
I don't know if it's quite on
The
that
Malevolence
level, but...
unleashed. Yeah, the Trigon was too dangerous for anybody to have.
That's true. That's true.
Well, you know how Lucas loved like the World War II stuff, and that's how he kind of based like the dog fighting on for the original Star Wars movies. I don't know if you guys realize what this is kind of based off of.
A battleship.
Yeah, specifically the Bismarck.
Oh.
You know, it's kind of like the massive secret weapon that can go toe-to-toe with the fleets.
Sink the Bismarck.
Yeah, the old like black and white film. I loved that film when I was younger.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Oops. I started Googling shrink the Bismarck.
What? Honey, I shrunk the Bismarck.
It's just too big.
And it's filled with droids, just like Bismarcks are filled with, like cream or chocolate or something. Right?
What?
Right.
No.
Exactly.
It was like a secret giant donut.
That's
Eat the Bismarck. That's what it's called.
maybe I was missing something on that. I better. I think that's really cool though that they take a lot of this kind of stuff as inspiration for the designs and for the stories. I like it.
But the basic premise of this episode, I should just say, is that there's rumors of this mystery weapon that's destroying Republic ships all over the place, and Plo Koon and his fleet find it and then get disabled and destroyed, and Anakin and Ahsoka sneak away against orders to go try and see if they can find survivors, and they just barely manage to save Plo Koon and his little group of clones and manage to escape and tell the tale of the Malevolence.
Secret battleship. That's a cool idea.
I like the idea too that they're, it's really powerful. They know it's really powerful, right? It took out like 3 huge Star Destroyers, whatever they're called. I don't know.
Venators.
Instead of just like taking it head on into everything, right? They're kind of trying to keep it this big secret, which is interesting.
Right. Then they leave no survivors. Dead men tell no tales. So, I mean, once people know it exists and what it can do, then you start to find weaknesses, ways to defeat it.
And they start to target it too, right?
Yeah. The ship was awesome. Like, it has like this giant cannon on the side of it.
Yeah.
And it actually, like, they show like the lasers charging up, and it goes down like the corridor that looked so similar to the Death Star.
Yeah.
So it's like pre-Death Star tech being used here. But it actually just sends out like a EMP pulse.
It's an ion cannon, a large ion cannon.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Because you see ion like torpedoes and
Sure.
you see starships disabling destroyers sometimes too with those.
I like that it was on the side of it.
Yeah.
Because like I could imagine it pulling up alongside another ship, like just blasting it with this cannon.
Yeah.
Disable it and then just blow it up.
Yeah.
Blast it into oblivion.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
In my opinion, this episode was much less silly than Yoda's episode. I don't know what you guys thought.
Yeah.
Yoda seemed like it was just like nonstop, just
Droid shenanigans.
With the droids, maybe there's some droid jokes in this one too.
really silly stuff.
It was a lighter tone. This one felt like the stakes were higher.
Yeah, you really felt the threat.
Yeah, got kind of intense a few times.
Yeah, there's some brutal moments when they when the droids crack open escape pods and just send the helpless clones out into the
Right,
space.
yeah.
They went to make sure there were no survivors.
Right.
Yeah, they sent their hunters out.
Yeah. We get to know Plo Koon a little bit more instead of just a face in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a face. He's got this mask on. So
Yeah, we don't know what his face looks like.
We know all about those masks. He's ahead of his time.
yeah.
But yeah, you get to see a little bit of Anakin's where he just kind of like gets around orders. The reason why they didn't want to have them send out a search party is that Anakin's fleet was guarding like a supply line, I believe.
He
or something
just
like
puts
that.
them in charge, someone else, and then he goes in to the rescue.
Well, he tells Ahsoka not to like interrupt when they're talking to the council, and then she does anyway. She's like, "No, we need to go save Plo Koon." But then Anakin tells her later, "No, like we're going anyway. You just don't say anything to the council."
Right. Yeah, basically he's like telling her there's a certain way to...
Yeah.
Ask forgiveness instead of permission.
Right.
Basically.
And how Obi-Wan just totally knows that Anakin just
I enjoy the episodes with them because I like their dynamic. Like Ahsoka and Anakin are pretty similar in a lot of ways, and it's kind of just they're enjoyable to watch.
Double trouble.
Yeah, doesn't Yoda say that? Like, these two are twice as much trouble now.
He says
just
that.
getting out of hand.
Now there are two of them.
That's what he says.
But Ahsoka knew Plo Koon, apparently. He was the one that found her and brought her to the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yep.
In fact, she knew him well enough that she actually spoke his language a little bit.
There's some greeting that they give each other at the beginning.
I noticed Plo Koon said something to R2, like in a different
I thought it was that same phrase again.
The language is Keldor.
Plo Koon's species, right?
They say Kotuya.
Ah.
Kotuya.
Oh, no, that sounds familiar.
It's a Keldorian greeting.
Tuga. It sounds like those Twi'leks in Knights of the Republic. Tuga.
Tuta. Exactly. You do hear the same lines over and over.
Right, it's the same.
Because they're not actually saying those words. They're put in generically.
Tuga. Just every time.
Kotuya.
Tuya.
Cool.
Kotuya.
They get their nice rescue.
In their own ship, the same one from the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, the Twilight.
The Twilight. Okay, I'll remember these eventually.
they say that in this episode. I
The
mean,
name of it?
I don't know. Like, if you guys know this stuff so well, but like, I feel like they don't say those very often. So,
I don't think they said it in the first one either. They didn't have a name.
oh, maybe we just don't know the name.
I don't think they've even said it yet, yeah.
I thought they called it in this one, but I don't remember.
Yeah, they'll probably say it eventually if they haven't yet.
They have pet names for everything in this show. Like, Ahsoka calls R2 R2E for no other reason than being quirky.
She's just a
Yeah,
kid.
she's being cute.
I actually didn't notice that. I think I'm just like immune to her silly words.
Immune to your charms.
No, but they do use a lot of like shorthand for like the droids. They call them clankers, or
Right.
tinnies.
Oh,
like
yeah.
tin.
That was in the last episode. We didn't even mention.
That feels like something military actually would do, though.
It's Clone Commando link.
Yeah,
Such
yeah.
slang. I love it.
Mhm.
She like still called Anakin Sky Guy. I think she calls him that like most of the time.
I feel like they started to lose those nicknames
Right.
as the show went on. I don't think they did it quite so much.
Yeah, as the tone matured a little.
Oh, I did like that they're out looking for them among the rubble or whatever that stuff is.
Mhm.
They do that nice cutting back and forth between Ahsoka's face and Plo Koon's face when they're sensing each other with the Force.
Mm. Yeah.
Like, she senses him before Anakin does, because I think he's too busy just like, I don't know. She seems to be more,
Focused on him.
More attuned.
yeah, sit back, focus, yeah, tune into the Force, and he's not really doing that.
That, or they may even have just a little connection because of their relationship. Like, I feel like you sometimes see that where people, it's like they can sense each other more.
Felt to me like that scene with Luke and Leia.
I was even thinking it's just the idea of like reaching out with your feelings, you know, like even if Plo Koon had died and there was just clones, they probably could have found the clones if they had just like looked for them with the Force. In that audiobook, they go through like Dooku's training and stuff, and like they keep on having to remind him. There's like a line where they're like, "No, Dooku, I'm telling you again, like close your eyes." Like he just wants to run out there and act. They're like, close your eyes and like sense the situation before you go out there. Anakin is kind of similar.
Oh yeah.
I like the dynamic again, where like having an apprentice, you know, Anakin's kind of forced to like teach, because he kind of told Ahsoka at one point like to settle down and calm your mind, basically, you know. And then she kind of does, and then she finds him.
But right, he's telling her things that he doesn't even do.
But sometimes when you have to teach somebody, it reminds you of things that you maybe know but aren't doing.
Yeah, I think that's why they're a good pair, because it kind of reminds him of things that he probably does too, you know.
Man, I can see this really being beneficial to him in the long run, you know. I think he's going to turn out just fine.
This Anakin guy will be just fine.
Yeah, good.
It's good. I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's good for his well-being. Yeah,
probably is, but I don't know. Not good enough, apparently.
I think it was in the featurette for this one. Dave Filoni was talking about how they wanted to have Plo Koon go out of the escape pod and like survive in the vacuum of space like for a little bit, but Lucas was like didn't like that idea or something like that. He's like that's ridiculous. And then Dave Filoni was like, but what about when General Grievous walks outside the spaceship? And then Lucas was just like, okay, fine.
Got me there.
Well, Grievous is a robot.
No, not entirely.
But he like coughs.
Yeah,
well,
he's not. He was a human, and he has organs.
He must have to breathe.
He's not a complete robot, but I feel like he could withstand space better than like Plo Koon has got a mask on, but everything else is just his normal Jedi outfit, wasn't it?
Did you see Mary Poppins? I mean, Leia fly through space.
Yeah, but she like almost froze while doing it, right?
I know.
This was one of those rare instances where they go into actual space.
Right. Flying in space with the Force. It's maybe easier to move stuff in the space. Right?
Oh, less air resistance.
I had this idea. Feel free to steal it. Anybody who's listening that can make Star Wars movies. What if like a Jedi could just propel a ship through space using entirely the Force? Force powered.
In space, you just give it a push, and then the inertia just keeps it moving.
Only in your mind it is. As Yoda says, you must unlearn what you have learned. So it shouldn't be any easier. It's all in the mind.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. It's sometimes it kind of seems like the weight of something.
Yeah, I 100% agree, because despite what Yoda says, you don't see him throwing around Star Destroyers. So, and you know what? If what he said was true, he would be.
Yeah. He did lift up some of those super battle droids.
He's kind of a little hypocritical sometimes.
In that Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, he was throwing ships at each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And Mace Windu was just punching droids.
Force punching.
Well, so does that clone trooper in the movie.
Yeah, that didn't end too well for him, though.
It didn't work. He punches it and looks at his hand.
Yeah, Daniel was on point this time. When we were watching, there's the part where they had to power everything down so that they wouldn't get scanned. Daniel was like, they messed the medical droid.
What about the medical droid?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, good catch.
Sorry, I'm too smart for this kids show.
Yeah. They're trying to be sneaky, and you're just like,
they're dumb.
Wow.
Yeah.
Forgot about the medical droid. I wouldn't have forgotten about the medical droid.
Yeah, but you're comfortably sitting on your couch at home. You know, if you were in the heat of battle,
all that anxiety and stress.
Might be a different story.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that's about it, right?
Yeah, they get rescued, and we see a very, very disappointed Dooku with Grievous.
Right.
Yeah, he's not even mad. He's just disappointed, which is way worse.
It's just like, he's totally gonna kill Grievous. But he doesn't. Or does he?
Ooh, we'll find out next time. Well, no, we know he
No, he doesn't. But there's some interesting things that happen. that unfortunately we're not to yet, so we can't talk about.
Until Shadow of Malevolence next time.
Oh, the ship is back on.
Yeah. Or at least its shadow is.
Right.
Yep, this is a 3-part episode. Obviously, Rising Malevolence, and then Shadow of Malevolence, and finally, Destroy Malevolence.
Destroy.
Wait, what? Are they giving something away?
Yeah, wait a minute.
That could mean anything. We don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
So who knows what'll happen? There's only one way you will know.
Trigon will be unleashed.
Trigon on. What's Tiggy?
Yeah.
That's what they're missing in the show, though. Tiggy.
I would love to see one of those guys show up in The Mandalorian or something.
I want the From game.
Dooku at the end should have just gone, Grievous!
Yeah.
That would have been the equivalent, yes.
Yeah,
That is what we need.
man. Missed that slapstick.
Don't worry, there will be a couple episodes.
Yeah, you'll get an entire season's fill in like one episode. You just wait.
Nice. And I'll say, boy, I'm glad I didn't have more of these.
Exactly. You'll be eating your words.
Right. It's a good show. I'm liking it. I like to see more Star Wars things.
Right. I was like thinking that after you've made some of those comments about the Clone Wars. I like that first episode. I was like
Yeah.
noticing so much. I'm like, all right, but it's Star Wars, so it's great.
I felt like the movie didn't really explore too much new stuff. In this, I love that new ship. Like, I am totally down to see what happens with that.
Yeah, I think they just do a good job. A lot of them anyway, where it's just like cool, creative stuff. So it's just fun.
Right.
Yep, that's one thing that Lucas loves, is he loves to try new things. And there's some really crazy, I don't know, just kind of subject matters that they decide to cover
Yeah.
in some of these arcs. And it's just really interesting.
Nice. Also, I bought Lego Star Wars, The Clone Wars. I got it a while ago, but I haven't played it because I figured it would ruin stuff.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
So
that's a good point.
it's good that we're starting this. I gotta play it.
You're itching to play it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that you who put out that video on our YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, did you like that one?
Yeah.
There was another one, but I used a copyright song and they totally blocked it. Sometimes they'll allow it, it'll just get a claim on it, which is fine, but they totally blocked it.
Ugh.
I saw that. The one with the Sun King from Ewoks. Yeah, we'll just say see you all next time, and until then, Kotuya.
That's a greeting, not a farewell. Maybe you gotta say it backwards.
Oh, I would. What? No. What was the quote at the beginning of this?
Belief is not a matter of choice, but of conviction.
Yes.
So you can take that to heart until next time,
The leaf.
if you want.
Bye.
All right, bye.